The Mercedes G as in go anywhere. The mud fight has been going strong for almost 30 years. Hardly any other car has gone on for so long virtually unchanged. This car is rough and tough. If cars had a sex, this one would be a real macho. Originally developed for army use, it is more of a status symbol for extremely well-to-do eccentrics these days. In 1972, trials started in cooperation with the Austrian car company Steyr-Puch. The G was mercilessly subjected to endurance tests like driving for hours for days on end through mud with snow chains. The G is available in 3 versions: short wheelbase, long wheelbase and cabriolet, so there is one to suit everyone's tastes. One thing all the G models have in common: no less than 3 100% locks. Most rival 4x4s can't compete with that. Only a Unimog or a recovery tank can get further cross-country. This is not a car for people with slip disc or gastric trouble. The G takes its revenge for every little bump in the road by a whack in the small of the back. Its cross-country competence is down to some other true off-road characteristics: body on frame, box section ladder construction, rigid axles with coil springs and high spring travel. The G's aerodynamic drag, however, equals that of a fitted kitchen. This kind of stubborn unwillingness to compromise has become rare in the strictly regimented uniformity of today's motoring industry. There is only one other equally cross-country capable car, obstinately refusing to go with the times: the Land Rover Defender. The first G, back in 1979, had 72 horsepower. The current top-of-the-range model has a tidy 476. A perfect example of the way things have gone in the car industry. This dinosaur has no space for newfangled modern refinements like xenon headlights. Shame, but it doesn't really matter. It is in a league of its own. Equipment and technology have seen continuous development over the years. Automatic transmission and air conditioning are an optional extra since 1982. ESP followed soon afterwards. The car has been perfected, the looks almost unchanged. The G is the Mercedes Empire's Grade 2 listed building. The most powerful G ever produced. 476 horsepower, 0 to 100 in 5.6 seconds. G55 AMG fans revere this Uber-G. Greenpeace would prefer to cover it in environmental hazard stickers. Current price for the top version of the G is around €100,000. You could buy a small flat for that. The power output is enough to meet the energy needs of a whole village. The G-Class interior has probably changed most since its inception. A sea of leather and wood. The 3 locks are purely decorative accessory in a car with this kind of performance. Gone is yesteryear's uncompromising mud milling machine. Everything has been upgraded. It's softer, prettier, and more expensive. The G model seems to have reached the pinnacle of its long career, yet, even after 30 years, there seems to be no end in sight to this never-ending fairy tale of perpetual further development.